Hi folks, had acrylic this morning. I've got some paints now that you can't see them against this bit of melamine here. This is white, of course, cadmium yellow deep, cadmium red, ultramarine and black. And I'm going to do some sort of meadow scene with hopefully a dramatic sky. I've got this lovely brush here. This is a sterling Acrylics by Pro, expensive, good brush, but I'm not going to ruin it with acrylic. I'll use my old things, my old brushes. I'm going to try to do a dramatic sky, overcast, stormy, with a meadow and probably some buildings. So I've got some PVA glue in this little dish here. That's I just put a PVA glue diluted. PVA is a very good medium to use with acrylic paints because PVA, of course, is acrylic, and it's cheap. Right, okay. So here we go. So let's get some blue and a bit of red. We'll just go on there. I've primed a bit of paper with some PVA glue and burnt sienna. It's covering yesterday's Patreon watercolour. If I don't really like them, they are demonstrations after all. Even if you don't like them, they're not painted for posterity, they're painted as entertainment and education. Educating me as much as anyone else. Oh, let's just get these colours down. What a dark background, then we can go into the lights. It's much cooler today, that's why I'm doing an acrylic. We've got some normal weather at the moment, or today. We had a bit of rain last evening, which is very nice. We had very little rain in the southeast of England of late. Right, let's just put that on. With the exception of the cadmium yellow and white, the others are cheap stores, own brand. It's all right, somebody's saying, well, get the best you can afford, but student quality are fine. As long as you don't expect too much of them, they're not going to have the saturation of colour that the artist's quality will. Now, I'm going to have to do one of two things. I'm going to have to lower the ball because the paint's a bit sloppy. It's running downhill too much, so let's see if I can. Let's get a bit fatter. I can't reach round the end without disturbing everything else. Oh, that's probably all right. Well, the yellow is starting to run off the ball, so I'll have to use some of that pretty sharpish. Don't let your brushes dry. Now, while we're at it, I'll just give that a bit of a clean and go in with a bit of sky colour, bit of drama. So we use a bit of that off the bottom, bit of red. And because this dries so quick, you can crack on with it quite quickly. It's brilliant stuff, really, acrylic. I don't like it as much as oil. I love the oiliness of the mediums that I use, the walnut oils. It's lovely to do, but this, you can see how fast that's drying. There's a bit of dark in there. Putting a bit of sky just to be able to counter change. I want dark on one side, so dark. so that I can put a darker, well, a darker colour here and a lighter one on this side. So we go dark landscape here. Okay. Let's get some dark mauvey colour there at the top. See how quickly you can work at this. Just covering killing the canvas. And there's some darker stuff in there. The red makes the blue go much darker, which is lovely. I just do this till something happens. Quite a low horizon. I've done similar ones to this in the past. Sort out a light source. Too yellow. More orangey. Okay, that's coming on. Just a little bit tacky there. So otherwise it'll lift the paint from underneath. So I'll move away from there for a little bit. Quite liking that. It's coming on. Now we'll put in a bit of background. So I'll put some dark trees on that horizon. Oh, that's a good brush. So here's a bit of black and yellow. Red. That's why you counter change as you come across. That's going to be the horizon along there. The blue maybe. Dark. Foreboding. Those rescue dogs always start, as soon as I start painting, they start barking. Persecution complex. Now I want some nice light meadow under that. I've gone up to a bit too high there. Okay. The brush. Oh God, he's started up again. The trouble living in crowded suburbia, apart with all the noise, this might make it. Come down that a bit darker there. This is all about counter change. Light against dark on my wrist on all the bike riding I did yesterday. So a really good light over there, but not so many trees. More green, very light green. Otherwise, it won't show against that counter change. Now, I might put houses or something in along there. Let's straighten that up a bit. Bit of dark green now. Have some purpley colour, shadowy area, just to break the monotony. Different colours, different textures. Right, a bit dark green, dark bluey green. On there. Now I'll go shut this pointedly. Right, okay. Seems to be going downhill there a little bit, so let's just go back. Just okay. Now that's okay because I can shape over that, but I've got a little bit downhill there. Well, downhill, went downhill a long way. Time to go. Just mixing a bluey colour just to change here a little bit. That's where I want the light just catching. Just a bit obvious that. But you just keep working until you've got something you want, that you're happy with. We're not painting a Rembrandt here, or a Bruegel. We're just painting ourselves to sort out colours and lights and stuff. Lights against dark, different colours. The light colours are going to go lighter along here. Then we want a subtle change here. Right, we'll add a little bit of that greeny colour, a bit orangey green here. Ah, damn it. Oh well, we'll have to make the best of that, won't we? We can always cover it up. Just softening that flat, dark colour there. I'm going up too high. Let's try this one. I wanted to show just a bit of light catching in some of these, the tops of some of these. Here. Well, I'm just going to go back to that sky colour now. I want that light, lovely light. Not bothered at this stage just how that goes. I just wanted to change it. Listen to the dogs. I wanted the light there. I'll put a bit of cloudy colour, red, white and blue. Because that is a complementary of the yellow. Right, I'm just not quite satisfied with that yellow. It's just a bit too yellow. A bit of red in it. Right, that's a little bit better. Let's just get a little bit scumbled in. Yeah. The thing about using the medium, like the PVA glue, dilute PVA glue, is that it gives a shine to your paper. It's acting as a varnish. Okay, well that's not bad. Because I really wanted, I've gone up. I should really draw these the parallels out, the horizontals out. But anyway, let's keep that brush nice and clean and wet. So I'll, well, I can do that now. I'll just go across there with a bit of dark green. Bit of red in it. Right, now some light green. Look at the yellow deep, is a really lovely colour. It's a Reeves colour. This brush is only, I think. It's not doing the things it used to. Look, it's, well, it does other things, so well, we won't consign it to the dustbin yet. Right, let's just do a bit of painting around here. I want to put some buildings in that background, that horizon. Right, let's get some dark greens in that base, then that's a red. I do this so that I've got a dark colour to go over to counter change against. And it dramatises the foreground and it gives you that light over dark. Is your red? Not that you'll see much of the red, but it's not, it's just to me, it's just not black. Although the black is quite overwhelming. And that's a student, a store's own brand label, Wilkinson's. Looks like that. That's a very dark green now. I haven't put any gesso paste or powder, or my DIY gesso, on this. Now that's getting very dramatic now. So I'm not after doing portraits or anything, I'm after catching the effects of light and the effects of light against dark. Could put in a large tree sticking up somewhere. But let's get a little brush, a little 1/2" brush. Churches are always very good in these sort of landscapes, aren't they? Or buildings. Let's start off with something. Better sort of a grey, light grey. Slightly ready. Alright, catching a bit of light now. Sort of a tower. Just a sort of old relic, old building. It's not going to mean anything. We can make it just a ruin. So I'll get them vertical. The old ruin. Doesn't really matter what it's called, does it? Because it has a title. No, remember what I said, you've got to try to make sure the walls are perpendicular or not leaning. Well, it's just an object in the landscape, isn't it? Just to break up the monotony. Okay, let's need a bit of brilliant light on there, I think. The red, bit of that. Red. Some highlights. Okay, let's get my little brush. And put a bit of dark green. Yeah. No, too dark. Okay, well there's a bit of atmosphere on there. Can't say I've got my really. At least the acrylic paint is easy to get off your brushes when they're wet. Just God. Some friends down the road, neighbours, they've got 5 the daughters, 5 yappy poodles. Right, we'll leave that for a minute. Let's go back to more texturing now. We'll start to dramatize it. So let's get something nice. Bit of red, I like a bit of red in my yellow. Different colours over there, different yellows, greens. It's just rough ground now. I'm not worried about the time. You can always fast forward. Right, a bit of darker red. Bit of a lump in the paper there. I think I'll just pull it a bit flat. Black made from, green made from black. This is a lovely, lovely greens. different yellows, different greens. Like that. From there you can change a few poppies or against the complementary green, red against the green. Push some bushes in. Just keep working over. Don't labour your foregrounds. I know some people get a bit intimidated, but that's where we're looking. We're not looking down here. This is just secondary. Just going to bring my board forward a bit. So I can get lower down here. Let's just gently dragging the brush over the high spots now. That's a good light now. Top there. So that light coming in that field there. I think you get bogged down in trying to paint objects perfectly rather than just indicate them and let the viewer put everything in like the Impressionist. Now on our British Impressionist side, there's always this little bit of friction between what is Impressionist and what is not. So Impressionists, let's face it, they went out into the countryside and painted in the fresh air. But the only reason they did that, and I've mentioned many times before, was because the manufacturers of paint materials found a way to put the paint in a sealable tube. And then it became portable. So you had to undo the lid, and it revolutionised painting. Does that make sense? That's a little bit more of this, and I'll just bend the forward and background there. Complementary of green is red. Now we have little bits. Well, let's use that brush that's worn out. There it is. Or it does different things. Let's see. I'm going to put in these wild flowers. So I'm not painting them, I'm just slipping them on. Don't do too many of them. They just enliven a barren area, but just give it a little bit of detail. We'll do a little bit of work on that middle distance in a moment, but I want to just get some off whites, just catching. Look, this is the movement with just a bit of detail. Just in the foreground, just a bit of interest. We can have blues in there, bits of white. It all adds up. blue. So I put quite a bit of paint out, haven't I? But it's cheap. Cornflowers. Okay, that'll do for that foreground. I don't need to do any more. I just want to sort out my castle. Although I don't think there's much to sort out in it. Can always hide it behind a bit of a tree, which is what I'll do. That's my green. I was going to put in a larger tree somewhere. Don't want any regular shapes, so watch out for them, because it just cries out monotony, like there. Okay, now then, just a little bit of highlighting. So I've got that yellow and white. Oh, that yellow and white. Oh, that yellow and white. Just a little bit more in there. Okay, well the castle's not great, is it? And I'll put a bit of dark greeny one there. Coming down into there. Couple. Okay. That seems to work, doesn't it? That'll do, I think. We'll put it in amounts anyway, and we'll have a look. I'll just stick it there. I might try a longish or more narrow format. Let's try that one. We'll try that one. Oh, that's all right. Let's see what's wrong with that. clips just a bit sliding down and annoying me. The painting, as you can see, is a lot smaller now, but it might be a slightly better shape. Right, so let's just bring the camera around. Okay, well there we are. So limited palette of light yellow, deep yellow, red, a blue, and a black, and of course the white. Oh, I don't look at that. Sorry, Ben. We'll call that just the old ruin or something like that. It's well lit. Maybe just a little bit too finely lit. This is where we start to fuss and fiddle. I'm just getting a little bit of purpley, shadowy stuff there. Just get like that. No more, no more, no more. Okay guys, thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.